welcome everyone to beautiful Dixon Stadium. The first time in what seems like what's been forever that St. Mary's baseball will be played on campus. Beautiful opening ceremonies, and of course the weather's come out to play as well. We're going to have some beautiful sun, a slight breeze blowing out to the left, so maybe some power ball as well. But more excitingly than anything else, just the fact that Rattler baseball is back on campus is really just something special. I'm Joe Rodriguez, joined by Brian McLuhan. And Brian, the atmosphere has been tremendous. The pregame cookout, and of course, your St. Mary's Rattlers nationally ranked once again and ready to get into action against the University of Mary here today.
Well, Joe, as you mentioned, an exciting time here on the University of St. Mary's. Or in St. Mary's University, but I'm just so excited for what these guys have to bring to the field. So much hype surrounding this ball game. As you mentioned, the cookout outside was just a mere appetizer to the on-course, if you will, and these Rattlers are about to take the field for the first time in 3 years here on campus, so I'm just as excited as the next guy, so I just can't wait to see.
And in case you're not quite familiar with our St. Mary's Rattlers, let's go on ahead. Let's recap the past few years. 2 years ago, regional champions. They went on, played in the College World Series, had a very good showing there. Last year, weren't quite able to get the Heartland Conference title they desired, but still made a very good run into the regional tournaments. But perhaps a highlight of last year's season, Charlie Meagle, his 1,000th career win. Just an outstanding, tremendous number. Coach Meagle and the Rattlers back for more this year. Preseason, they were ranked number 17, 1-1 to start the year as they're coming out, and they had the 2-game series at Minute Maid Park, and Brian, we saw a lot of power numbers, a lot of bats look like they are on deck for St. Mary's.
Oh, always a good sign, St. Mary's. Their team, a lot of power bats, and let's see if they brought their power bats with them from Minute Maid Park all the way back here at home.
And then, of course, also, how could we forget about the excellent pitching St. Mary's has? Rene Solis, the tremendous pitcher, just a laundry list of awards. He'll be on the mound getting the first start for St. Mary's. Can you talk about, Brian, the nerves perhaps these guys are going through, or do you think they've been through it and they're ready to go here today?
Well, I don't think few players get the opportunity to play the very first game at a new stadium, and for these Rattlers, so much hype and so much has been put into this one game, and many are out here to see what these Rattlers got in store for the rest of the season. And the home opener, always a nerve-wracking experience no matter how many times you do it, but it'll be important to see how Solis responds to the pressure of having the first start ever at Dixon Stadium.
And as I'm sure everyone can see, just an absolutely beautiful park that Dixon Stadium is. It really is a kind of park that you have to come out to and enjoy it for yourself. And here come the Rattlers as they take the field for the first time at Dixon Stadium. So a tremendous day of baseball ahead in the season for the St. Mary's Rattlers. Let's go on ahead and let's meet the University of Mary, the Marauders. Leading off and playing shortstop, it'll be number 2, Austin Grunstad. After him, it'll be the designated hitter, Alex Doyle, number 7. After him, Jason Stahl, number 3. He'll be playing left field. And we'll have Derek Somerville, the right fielder. He'll be playing right field, number 27. The nerves of myself and you as well, I'm sure.
Oh, yes.
Then we have Scott Held, the first baseman. He'll be batting 5th. And we'll have Jeff Adders. He'll be batting 6th and playing second base. Sam Ingemanson, he'll be catching and batting 7th. Then we'll have Schiff. He'll be playing third base and batting 8th. And Andrew Byer will be playing center field and rounding it out for the Marauders. Rene Solis taking to the mound. The ace job now firmly in his grip as Carl O'Neill graduated last year after a tremendous season once again and a tremendous career as a Rattler. Rene Solis, though, in his own right, is just as great. And Brian, I'm really looking for Solis to get going. And when he gets going, you can tell by his changeup. If he has that changeup going here today, it is just absolutely filthy. And then Solis, I heard he's added a little bit of zip on his fastball as well. And we're ready to go. Solis, last season, a 2.36 ERA and an 8-2 record. And it's finally time for the first pitch in Dixon Stadium. And the first pitch, a fastball just outside 1-0. And that one popped up down the third base line and into the crowd. 1-1 the count. Solis will be working from the windup whenever he can. Here's the pitch. That one just out of the zone, 2-1.
Now, we mentioned earlier about the nerves that St. Mary's may have opening here at home, but what about the University of Mary? All the pregame festivities, coming into today's game with an energized crowd not on their side. So it'll be interesting to see as well how they respond.
This one popped up behind the plate and the count will go full. And now you can hear the crowd starting to get into it a bit. You can really just tell the environment is just intense. These Rattler fans are ready to erupt as that one's fouled down the third baseline and will get out of play. And we'll do 3-2 once again.
Great at bat here by Grunstead, fouling off several pitches to stay in the at bat.
Here comes Solis, off speed and just outside, and Grunstead will work the walk to lead off the ball game.
Designated hitters, Alex Daly.
So Marauder on first, and here comes Daly to the plate. Daly last year batted .254. Nice curveball there to start him off, 0-1. Daly started all 39 games for the Marauders last year. Had 14 RBIs for them. Another off-speed pitch, 0-2.
And this is what Solis needs to do throughout the course of the game. Get ahead in the count and force the batters into a tough situation.
If that happens, let's just put up the general thing, go Rattler.
Small lead at first for Grunstead. He looked to extend it there, but time was called.
And I put little. Is that what it's showing up? Yeah.
Daly steps back in. Solis will look over to first. And here's the pitch. That one well outside, a bit of a waste pitch. So 1-2 now the count.
And he's what grade?
Solis is a senior at Stevens High School. Looks over to first, and here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Solis has his first strikeout in the new ballpark.
Left fielder, Jason Shaw.
That was an impressive sequence of pitches. Solis working the breaking ball early in the count and got the batter chasing for the first out of the inning.
Here's Shaw now. Batted .341 last year. Just a tremendous average for these Marauders. That first pitch is called, strike one. Interesting that we have a battle of schools of Mary here to start off. Of course, if you're a Rattler fan, you're hoping to be praying to the Lady of Victory later tonight and not the Lady of Sorrow. Check over to first. So he sets, and here's the delivery. That one catches the outside corner for a called strike. And for the second batter in a row, Solis finds himself ahead, 0-2.
After walking the first batter, Solis seems to have settled down and has made several great pitches.
That one outside, 1-2. I think that working from the set has helped him a bit also. He has to work a little bit faster here, and that maybe is helping him find his rhythm in order to get these batters out.
And sometimes that's all you need.
This one popped up behind the plate. Funk will give it a chase, but it'll get out of play. And we'll do 1-2 again. And it's great to see the young Rattler fans out here too. A lot of kids under the age of 10 or so, and all of them so excited to see some St. Mary's baseball. A lot of blue and gold in the crowd here tonight.
And who knows, we might be seeing some future Rattlers.
Yes, indeed. 1-2, Solis with the pitch. Off speed, and this one's popped up. Going on and making the play is the left fielder. An easy catch there for Jones, and it'll be 2 away for the University of Mary.
Right fielder, Derek Somerville.
Here comes Somerville. Somerville, the right fielder here tonight. Solis with 2 away after walking the first. Comes set. Oh, and Solis with a great fastball there. Somerville was tied up. I think he was expecting off speed there.
The last 2 at-bats, Solis starting off with off-speed pitches and just came with a fast one.
Check over to first by Funk. Oh, and he's back in time. Grunstead almost got a little bit too much off the bag.
And that was a great throw by Funk, able to get it to the first baseman, Humple, but unable to get the tag in time.
1-1 the count. Grunstead did have 3 stolen bases on 5 attempts last year. Solis runs another fastball on that inside corner. Held, waits on deck, should he get an opportunity. Solis and the Rattlers will try to prevent that. 1-2 the count. And there goes Grunstead, the throw down to second, and he's in there safely. Grunstead with his first stolen bag on the year. These University of Mary Marauders, this is their first game of the year. They're 0-0, and they're looking to get off on the right foot. St. Mary's, of course, coming into play today 1-1. The count 2-2 for Somerville. And time called. Somerville will put a foot out the box and dig back in. Solis sets, checks to second. That pitch outside, and the count is now run full. So full count with 2 away. Here's Solis. Oh, and the changeup got him.
Yeah, baby.
So 2 strikeouts for Solis and the Rattlers. No runs, no hits, 1 left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the second. So you're watching Rattler Baseball on the Rattler Network.
And this is from our friends at Bajorn. It is a
And welcome back, Rattler fans. Some more festivities. Our own David Tovar doing the giveaways here today. A lot of great prizes at the Rattler game, and just all a part of the new great Rattler network that we are a part of.
Oh yes, plenty of great prizes. It's still not too late to make your way down to this game to be eligible for these prizes. Several great prizes on hand, including box seats to a San Antonio Spurs game. I believe they'll be playing against the Golden State Warriors, which
That's a good one.
possible playoff implications during that game. Samsung TV, high definition. So if you can, and if you're in the area, definitely try to come out here and check out this action live, because this is definitely a beautiful sight to see.
And the best part about all of it, since it's opening day, everything is free in the department of tickets into the game. You'll get into the game for free, and of course we have great concessions and everything. But now let's go on ahead. Let's meet our St. Mary's Rattlers. Leading off for St. Mary's, it'll be the left fielder, number 2, Scott Jones. After him, Mario Maldonado, the second baseman. Drake Roberts will make his debut at home for St. Mary's. Number 6, the shortstop, will be batting third. Brooks Orton also will be doing the same, the right fielder. After him, it'll be Al Gonzalez, the third baseman. Omar Garcia, the designated hitter, will bat sixth. Nathan Humple, the first baseman, will bat seventh. Keith Funk, the catcher, will bat eighth. And then Adrian Garcia will be playing center field and rounding out the lineup.
Leading off for your Rattlers, the left fielder, Scott Jones.
So here comes Scott Jones to the plate. The first hit yet to be scored inside the new stadium. On the mound to oppose the St. Mary's Rattlers will be Shane Trattlers. First pitch fired in there for a called strike one. Let's go on ahead, go over the Marauders lineup. It'll be Shaw, Byer, and Somerville from left to right in the outfield. So that one's called a strike again. Schiff will be playing third base. Grunstead will be playing short. Adders will be playing second. Held will be playing first. And then Inge Mason will be behind the plate. That pitch well outside, and the count is now 1-2 for Jones.
Hey, Robin, whenever David is on TV, make sure he mentions Bjorns, especially whenever he actually gives it away. The Bjorns guy is coming.
Here's the pitch from Trattlers. And that one struck over towards short. Oh, and it got away. Grunstead mishandled it, and going on his horse to second is Jones. We'll see if they scored a hit. Come on, give it to him. And they gave it to him. So Jones with the first hit inside the new Rattler Stadium.
Second baseman, Mario Maldonado.
And that hit right there by Jones, definitely getting the crowd into it. Great way to start the bottom of the inning for the Rattlers.
So Jones stands tall at second, an unfamiliar face for some Rattler fans, but now coming to the plate, a very familiar face in the form of Mario Maldonado. Maldonado, the second baseman. He was originally recruited to St. Mary's as a pitcher, as that one runs inside to Maldonado. But during his freshman year, St. Mary's, they were struggling at second base. Well, Mario said, I can do that. So he stepped up, started playing every day for St. Mary's at second, and never really looked back. Trattler is looking over to second. Maldonado, that one hit a mile high, but easily playable, and the catch is made by Byers. So one away, and Drake Roberts will now come to the plate.
Shortstop, Drake Roberts.
The Rattlers a man on second. Roberts at the plate. Also of note, the Marauders uniforms, they're going to be wearing the away grays, the blue cap with the orange lettering. Very interesting socks, though. The stirrup styles with the orange and blue stripes all over. 1-0 the count.
Roberts, a native of Brenham, Texas, is a junior for the Rattlers, and he's looking clearly to try to bring Jones home from second.
Rattlers the pitch. That one well inside, and Roberts will find himself ahead 2-0. Roberts, a transfer student from Navarro College. He batted .349 last year. This one's a little looper, and it'll get down for a single. Going around to score, here comes Jones, the throw to the plate, and he's in there safely. Diving head first into second, and taking the extra bag is Roberts. So St. Mary's with their fangs out early. They now lead it 1-0.
The Rattlers striking quickly. Great base running by Jones, able to hustle around third and get in well before the throw. And Roberts, great awareness to understand that no one was covering second in time and was able to get to second head first.
So a Rattler still on the second bag, and now Orton coming to the plate. Here's the pitch from Rattlers. This one popped up high in the air. Calling for it is Shaw, and he'll make the catch. So 2 Rattlers away now.
Third baseman, Al Gonzalez.
And now here comes Al Gonzalez. Gonzalez became a staple player for St. Mary's last year. And Brian, in my opinion, if anyone's going to have a breakout year for Gonzalez, for the St. Mary's, I should say, I think it's going to be Al Gonzalez as he shoots one up the middle. Coming around to try to score is Roberts. The throw is cut off. Oh, but the cutoff is no good. Here's Gonzalez sliding into second. He's safe as well. And St. Mary's now with a 2-0 lead. The ball was not cut off. Gonzalez able to take advantage on the throw. And Gonzalez trying to make me look like a prophet right there. His first RBI in the brand new stadium. 2-0 now for St. Mary's.
Gonzalez last season was responsible for 36 RBIs and getting one here in the bottom of the first inning.
Now here's Omar Garcia, the designated hitter. One of 2 Garcias playing here today for St. Mary's. The other one, of course, Adrian Garcia. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. And that one inside as well, so it's 2-0 for Garcia. Gonzalez a nice lead at second. And that one finally runs on the plate, so 2-1. I think Garcia was just going to go on ahead and wait for him until he threw him a strike there. Garcia from Northwestern State. Batted .230 last year with a couple of homers. As that one, laying out, but it got by him. And Garcia is going to have himself a long run here. The ball just now being thrown in. Garcia will be held up at third, and St. Mary's with another run on the board.
Garcia with an RBI triple right there, scoring Al Gonzalez. And just like that, the Rattlers are up 3-0, and this is only the first inning.
So there's going to be a hit and an error on that play. And St. Mary's, the bat's looking very hot here on a sunny day in San Antonio.
And I think this timeout is just to try to settle down Rattlers. He's allowed several hits to Rattler bats, and it's cost them dearly.
They're going to score. The last play is a single for Garcia, I believe, give him the RBI. But then, of course, he advanced all the way to third off of the air. Almost a great diving effort by Somerville, but he just wasn't able to come up with it. A very big-time risk-reward play, and that time he just got burned. Well, here comes Humple to the plate. 2 away for the Rattlers. Here's the pitch. That one runs on the inside corner for a called strike one. Humple already the 7th Rattler to see the plate here today. Here comes Trottlers. That one fouled off, and he'll be up 0-2. Humple, the first baseman for St. Mary's. No batting gloves for him here today. Here's the pitch. And that one's above the belt, so 1-2. You a batting glove guy?
Depends on the type of weather.
True that. Humple, this one shot into left. We'll see, it gets over the head of Shull, and Humple will be getting on his horse and standing at second with another double. St. Mary's just all over the Marauders here to start the ball game.
And that was a great job by Humple, not doing too much with that pitch, just depositing it to left field just over the outstretched arm of Shaw, and he gets an RBI double.
4-0 already for the Rattlers. Here comes Keith Funk. Funk, the catcher. That one well outside. It appears that this will be Funk's first full year of action behind the plate for St. Mary's. He was a freshman last year. He saw a little bit of action, but not much. As this one's foul down the first base side. I think straight into one of the buffets we have over there for the Rattler Nation. 1-1 the count. Humple stands at second. Here's the pitch. And that one grounded over toward Grunstad. Throw on to first is in time, and the Rattlers are retired, but not before St. Mary's strikes. They put 4 runs on the board on 5 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. Top of the second, coming up.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
And welcome back, Rattler fans, as that one shot quickly over toward Maldonado. The throw to first, not in time, it's beat out. As Maldonado bobbled it, didn't get the clean exchange. So Held leads off the inning by reaching on an error by Maldonado. And now Jeff Adders will come to the plate. He's showing bunt, but pulls it back. And ball one is dealt by Solis. Held a decent lead from first. As that one also out of the zone, and Adders is up 0-2. Sorry, 2-0. Adders last year, he played in 5 games for the Marauders. He started 2 of them. Went 0 for 4 on the year, but he did draw 3 walks. And strike one is dealt in by Solis. Two and one. Solis looking over toward first, and that one's fouled away off the bunt. Adders wasn't able to get it down, and it's 2-2. Solis comes set, and here's the pitch. Oh, and he got him. Adders tried to hold up, but he went around, so Solis already tallying his 3rd strikeout today.
That was a great job by Solis, giving up the 2 balls early on, but was able to battle back and strike out the batter for the first out of the inning.
Now here's Sam Ingemussen coming to the plate. That one out of the zone, 1-0. Ingemussen batted .226 last year with 8 RBIs for the Marauders. And there goes the runner. The throw down to second by Funk, not in time. As Held and the Marauders now have 2 stolen bags today. Two and 0 the count. Solis looks over to second, comes to the plate. That one well above the belt. And it's now 3-0. And if you walk Ingemussen, it's not the end of the world here. It'll put the double play and the force back into effect. Although I'm sure Solis isn't going to allow any easy ones. But there's the walk anyway. So on 4 pitches, Ingemussen reaches the first bag. And now it'll be 2 Marauders on board and Schiff coming to the deck. Mason Schiff, he played in 10 games last year. He went 2 for 5 in his at-bats. As that first pitch runs on the outside corner for a called strike one.
Now if you're Solis, you'd want to try to set up a pitch for a potential ground ball double play. We'll see how he approaches this at bat.
Here's the pitch, and he went around, did Schiff, and the count now 0-2. And we'll see if Solis goes low in the zone in order to try to produce that double play ball. Rattlers are cheating over towards second base, looking for that double play ball. Oh, and it gets away from Funk. Funk trying to get the ball and corral it, but not able to do so. And Held and Ingemussen move up 1 bag apiece.
Wait, 0-2?
1-2 the count. And time called. Schiff will step out of the box.
And if you're the Rattlers, this is a dangerous predicament you have here.
Especially after your team goes out and gets you 4 runs. But Solis, And that changeup, when he has it going, he has it going. So 4 strikeouts now for Renee.
That had some filth on that one. Touching up the outside part of the plate and catching the batter swinging.
Here's Byer now. He'll be the last Marauder to have his first at-bat here today. As he's swinging early, but that one foul down the third base side. 0-1 the count. Solis now working from the windup. I think he figures that they're not going to try to steal home. That one just out of the zone, so 1-1. Two away.
And even with the runners in scoring position, Solis seems to have a calm about him.
It's that one just above the belt, 2-1. And I think that Solis has started to feel his way into the game a little bit here. Here's the pitch. And that one out of the zone, it's 3-1. Grunstad waits on deck. Solis with the pitch. Off speed and off the plate. And the bases will be full of Marauders.
Shortstop, Austin Grunstad.
Grunstad will now walk to the plate. He walked in his first plate appearance. He's also stolen a bag. Solis takes a deep breath and pitches. Nice curveball there for strike 1.
Now it'll be interesting to see if Grunstad can make do with the bases loaded.
Here's Solis. That one bounced over toward the plate. Funk able to knock it down. 1-1 the count. Grunstad, a .396 hitter last year. .396, wow. He chops this one back towards Solis. The throw over to first. And Solis gets out of the predicament. No runs, no hits. 1 error and 3 left on base for the Marauders. We're heading to the bottom of the second. You're watching Rattler Baseball on the Rattler Network. And welcome back, Rattler fans. 4-0. The ball game so far in favor of St. Mary's. And with that being said, a lot of smiles on the faces of the Rattler fans here at the beautiful new Dixon Stadium. Absolutely spectacular environment. And now Garcia will step to the plate, as St. Mary's will look to add to their tally. First pitch by Rattlers out of the zone, 1-0.
Garcia last season batted .312. Played 54 games last season, started 50. And let's see if he could get on base to start off the inning.
Yeah, really looking to turn over this lineup for St. Mary's. As that one's a called strike, and 1-2 now the count. This one popped up. Oh, sorry, grounded. Oh, and Garcia, he beat it out.
Collision at first base right there.
Yeah, Adder's a bit off on the throw, and they're going to give him the hit.
Scott Jones.
Now Scott Jones will come to the plate for the second time today. Jones already 1 for 1. Came around, scored a run for St. Mary's.
Jones started off that 4-run first inning.
Wearing the number 2. It always is nice when your leadoff hitter wears number 2, isn't it?
Oh yes, I do know that feeling very well.
Oh, strike 1 called in there on Jones. Maldonado waits on deck. He'll bat for sure. Drake Roberts is in the hole. That one shot towards second. The hit and run pays off. Big turn toward third. Oh, they're going to have a chance. And they pick him off. Oh. Garcia had a big turn towards third, but then had to put the brakes on. They threw over to second. Were able to get him out. A great play there by Somerville.
And Garcia right there on that play was a little overzealous. Rounding second, had intentions of going to third before realizing that it wasn't meant to be, and it wasn't meant to be that he would return to second as he was picked off.
Here's Maldonado. And strike 1 called on him.
For the lucky program, they go see David. Just want to make sure Ken reads it right. Say, come down and see David.
Good piece of hitting by Jones, though. We saw Garcia kind of take off towards second. It drew the second baseman over to the bag, and Jones just kind of peppered the ball into right. As Maldonado rips one into left, and for the second time today, the ball is off the glove of Grunstad. But this time, luckily, it's over towards Shaw, and St. Mary's will now have 2 runners on the bags.
Shortstop.
Despite not being able to corral the ball, that was a great diving play by Grunstad. Great effort right there, understanding that your team is down 4. You're going to need to make some plays to stop the bleeding, but unable to do so right there as the Rattlers have 2 on now.
Here's Drake Roberts. Roberts 1 for 1, an RBI, and a run scored. Roberts actually the first RBI in the brand new Dixon Stadium. He's up 1-0 now.
Next time we back after this.
Rattlers will look over to second. Here's the pitch. And that one out of the zone as well, 2-0. Rattlers sets and deals. That one called a strike. 2-1. Roberts last year for Navarro College led his team in hits, runs scored, doubles, stolen bags. This one skied high toward left field. Shaw's over, he'll make the catch. And bluffing over toward third base was Jones.
Right fielder.
2 away.
Orton.
And here comes Brooks Orton. Orton popped out to left in his last at-bat. He'll step in, a Rattler in scoring position, another one on the first bag. Gonzalez waits on deck. Rattlers come set. Here's the pitch. That one well inside and a bit low also, so 1-0.
was wondering if I could say something for like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Trattler's looking in for a sign, finally has what he likes. That one catches the inside corner. Excellent pitch there, 1-1. Trattler's was pegged as the pitcher to watch for this Marauder team in one of their preseason articles I read. This one's popped up toward right. Somerville will make the catch, and the Rattlers are retired. No runs, 3 more hits, 2 left on base. That'll do it for the second. We're heading to the third as you're watching Rattler Baseball on the Rattler Network.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Welcome back, Rattler fans. Top of the third inning here at the inaugural game here at Dixon Stadium. Brian Magliwan joined here by Joe Rodriguez. The Rattlers up 4-0 on the Marauders as Rene Solis throws a strike to begin the top of the third inning. That one popped up into the stands, and look out.
Can hear the crowd having a bit of fun right there.
Always great to see fans interact at these games, and this one no exception as Solis throws one which is hit into the backstop. The count's still at 0-2. Great diving catch there by Orton to retire the first batter of the inning.
And that's when your fielders are your real buddies right there if you're Solis.
Yes, indeed. Orton got a great jump on that ball and was able to dive safely, catching it, retiring the first batter. Next up to bat is Shaw. That one hit to second. And that's 2 away. Maldonado easily gets that one. And just like that, the Rattlers now have retired the first 2 batters. The next batter is Somerville. That one high and outside for ball 1. What I've noticed from Solis is that to the right-handed batters, he's been working the outside portion of the plate.
Yes, he has. It appears like he's started to get his entire repertoire of pitches going here. Somerville, aware of it, he was a strikeout victim in the first.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do.
Here comes the pitch. Oh, a swing and a miss. for strike number 1 in the at-bat. 2-1 the count now. That one popped right up. Roberts is there to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for the Rattlers as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Rattlers still lead 4-0.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
And welcome back, Rattler fans. Bottom of the 3rd inning now. Al Gonzalez leading off to bat for the Rattlers as he takes the first pitch for a strike.
Gonzalez 1 for 1 already. And that RBI single also came and scored a run. And what proved to be a huge first inning for St. Mary's.
Yes, indeed. That first inning, the Rattlers touched up Trattler for 4 runs as Gonzalez fouls that one back. And now he's down in the count, 0-2.
Gonzalez, it looks to me like he bulked up a bit in the offseason as well, so already a tall kid and very strong, so we'll see if that extra weight will help him with his power numbers this year.
As you mentioned, power numbers, Gonzalez, as he swings and hits that between short and third for a leadoff single. But to finish my point on Gonzalez, he had 4 home runs last season for 36 RBIs. So Gonzalez, no stranger to big hits. Now up to bat next is Garcia.
Garcia also a single in his first at-bat.
And that one a called strike right there, 0-1. Trattler checks on Gonzalez at first.
I always think that he's getting too big of a lead, but then I remember he's so tall, so he can dive back easily.
And that one hit into the gap, and that will be extra bases. Gonzalez will hold at third, and Garcia with the stand-up double.
Just a tough angle there for Shaw. He wasn't able to quite knock it down. If he had, might have kept Garcia to a single, but that one just a bit too much in the gap.
And now up to bat is Humple.
Humple doubled in his first at bat, got the RBI as well.
2 on, no outs for the Rattlers here in the bottom of the 3rd inning as time is called.
And we'll see what St. Mary's does here. It's their number 7, 8, and 9 hitters due up next. Coach Meagle, no stranger to the squeeze play. We'll see.
And that pitch called a strike.
Funk waits on deck.
Here's the pitch from Traller. And that is a ball, 1-1. And this is where St. Mary's is most dangerous. 2 runners in scoring position with no outs. This could smell disaster for the University of Mary.
That one fouled over to the crowd, and I'd say a bit of overreaction right there.
That one nearly cleared the whole stadium. As the fans cheer, as one of the young Rattler fans claims a souvenir.
Yeah. There was a young man, a student, I believe, and he got the ball, but he gave it to the young kid.
Always great to see there.
Yes, indeed. I believe his name's Danny.
1-2 the count now. Trattler's pitch popped up to short. And Grandstand is there for the first out of the inning. 1 away.
Yeah, Humple, I think, was trying to get under that one and get it deep enough, but that one just hit a mile high instead of a mile far.
Now up to bat, Funk.
Funk's 0 for 1 here today.
That pitch just inside, 1-0.
And if you're St. Mary's here, you really have to score. I mean, it's a momentum thing at this point, I think, more than anything else.
That one high for ball number 2. Now, Joe, let me ask you this. If you're Funk, what's the approach that you take with you coming up to bat with 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out?
Well, with 1 out, I'd really honestly just try to go wherever the ball was going. If the ball was away, I'd try to lift it up toward right field. If the ball's in, go ahead and try to drive it to left. I mean, you don't need a base hit here as much as you'd like to get one. A sac fly would be just fine. And then if I am Funk and I'm choosing a particular side of the field to hit it towards, I think I'd try to hit it over towards that right side of the field and, try to see if I could pepper one in. I mean, the infielders are playing in right now, so you have a good shot of shooting one through if you hit it hard.
But in this case, Funk draws the walk, and bases are loaded now for Adrian Garcia.
Garcia, he singled in his first at-bat, but then got a bit too ambitious on the base path and was thrown out.
Garcia last season had 17 RBIs, and he has a chance to get some RBIs here with the bases loaded at the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Middle infielders playing for the double play ball. The corner infielders playing short, maybe looking for the bunt possibly.
That one hit high left side. Oh, great diving attempt right there by Shaw. He is unable to get it. And the count is 1-1.
Well, what happened there? Did they call a balk? All the Rattlers just moved up a base. Well, this is a predicament, but St. Mary's leads it.
Where are the dining doors? On the back row. They were like
I believe St. Mary's leads at 5-0 now as all the Rattlers moved up a bag.
Here's the pitch from Traller, and that one just inside. 2-1 the count now.
Like if they're like right in the middle. Right here. If you go down that door, Walk down the stairs, they're right there.
Now, if you're Garcia, there's plenty of real estate in right center as he pops that one. And that's a base hit right there. 1 run will score as Garcia gets an RBI single.
That was a sac
Oh,
fly.
excuse me. Excuse me, sorry. A sac fly RBI for Garcia.
Jack Jones.
Well, the RBI is for Garcia either way, so.
I got a little bit of the first game jitters, if you will, so excuse me for that
no.
minor error.
No.
Mark that as an error on me. As that first pitch is called a strike for Jones. 2 down for St. Mary's with a runner on second. Jones gets a hold of that one, and that will not be extra bases, but another run will score as Jones gets an RBI single. Not sac fly, but an RBI single.
Man, Jones just doing it all as your leadoff man here today. 3 hits, scored a run, and now add another RBI to his total as well.
Second baseman, Mario Maldonado.
Maldonado up to bat now.
1 for 2 on the day is Maldonado.
And that one called strike. That one hit into center for the final out of the inning. The Rattlers score 3 runs on 3 hits as they increase their lead 7-0. We'll be right back for more baseball action after this.
Yes, I am. Give it to him hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh, you got
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
And welcome back, Rattler fans, to Dixon Stadium, just dubbed the gym of the park at St. Mary's. And I think that applies very nicely. 0-1 the count to Held. It'll be Held, Adders, and Ingmason this inning for the Marauders. They'll look to try to battle their way back. That one shot into center for a leadoff single. Held doing his part. He'll be on base.
And that, the first hit, Solis has given up.
Yes, indeed. We were on a no-no watch, and wouldn't that have been a tremendous way to start out the to christen really the park here at St. Mary's.
Regardless, nonetheless, so far an impressive outing by Solis.
Is that one called for for strike one.
Solis hasn't given up a run yet this game, so we'll see if he can continue that trend.
Yes, indeed, and already 4 strikeouts to his name as well. Check on over to first on Held. Held already a stolen bag here today, so I think Solis is going to make a point to keep an eye on him over there. Adders showing bunt, but pulling it back, 1-1. Solis set, and he'll check over to first again as they'll look to hold Held back to that bag. 1-1. And Bryant, really a tremendous outcoming for St. Mary's. I mean, all the superlative words in the world wouldn't give it enough credit, I suppose. But what's your main takeaway? What do you love about the new Dixon Stadium the most?
Oh, just as much as this facility is amazing and beautiful, the environment so far and the support, the outpouring of support from the Rattlers as the first batter is retired of the inning. But the thing I love most about Dixon Stadium has been the atmosphere thus far. The support for the Rattlers, definitely something to behold and something you can't necessarily experience at the comfort of your own home or dorm.
There goes Held, and Held will have his second stolen bag of the game.
But yes, Dixon Stadium, a beautiful new facility, and as we mentioned earlier, we highly encourage you to come out and check it out for yourself, because words can't describe how wonderful it is.
1-0 the count. And we remind you, if you want to see some of the pictures of all the festivities today, you can check us out on Instagram at St. Mary's Rattlers. We'll also be posting periodically on Twitter at St. Mary's Rattlers as well. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/St. Mary's Rattlers, and of course for all the archived broadcasts, all the interviews you could want to see, youtube.com/St. Mary's Rattlers. Solis deals another one, and 2-1 now the count. And of course, for everything you could want to know about your Rattler statistics, schedules, interviews, personality traits of the players, all of it can be found rattlerathletics.com. 2-1 the count. And it's now 3-1.
That off-speed pitch unable to find the plate.
I remind you, it is a doubleheader today, so that means the first ball game will be played in 7 innings. The second game, the cap of the doubleheader, that one will be a full 9-inning game. As Injmasen is able to work the walk, and now there will be 2 Marauders on base, and Schiff will be coming to the plate.
Third baseman, Mason Schiff.
And with this,
so 1 away, Schiff at the plate. Check over his second, showing bunt and going and running. The throw down and held. Oh, was he off the bag? No, he managed to stay on. A great slide by Held to evade the tag. He was called safe by the base umpire. The double steal was on by the Marauders.
And that was an impressive job by Held, holding on to third base by the tips of his fingertips, able to stay on and evade being called out.
2-0 the count now for Schiff. Held his third stolen bag on the day. He's got the wheels on.
For St. Mary's, once again in a tough predicament, 2 runners in scoring position.
He's up here in the press box.
I want a called strike, 2-1.
But yet again, once again, Solis seems to be comfortable with the situation. understanding that he just has to make his pitches.
That's something you really want out of your ace. So that one's fouled off, 2-2.
Good job. She said head back immediately.
And I think another thing that Solis has in his back pocket is the fact that the Rattlers are up 7-0.
Yeah, you can kind of throw freely.
Oh, and can you also...
Here's the pitch. Oh, that one swung on and missed. Solis was able to get the heat by him.
And yet another strikeout for Rene Solis.
That's 6 Ks on the day.
He brought the heat on that one. And now with 2 down, the Rattlers just need one more to get out of the inning.
Here comes Byer to the plate. Byer walked in his first plate appearance and a called strike right there. And the strikeout by Solis right there is actually quite big. It kind of helps him a great deal because the ball does not go in play. There's no opportunity for a sac fly or for the runners to move up whatsoever. Just a strikeout right there, and then you're ready to go. And now you're facing Byer, and you're up 0-2 on him. So a good opportunity for Solis to manage his way out of this top of the 4th inning. And if I'm Solis, I'm going to go on ahead and attack Byer right now. No waste pitch. That one off the plate, 1-2.
And Solis has been bringing the heat as he tries to get out of the top of the 4th.
Solis sets and deals off speed, and that one's lifted towards center. It's going to get down. 1 run will score for sure. Here comes the throw to the plate, but it's cut off by Humple. And so the Marauders score their first 2 of the ball game. The Rattler lead trimmed to just 5.
That was a great piece of hitting by Byer.
Shortstop, Austin Brunstad.
On off-speed pitches like that, you almost have to be waiting for it, and he got a hold of one and was able to score 2 runs.
Here's Grunstad. 0 for 1 today. Solis checks over to first. And he went around, so called strike. 0-1 the count. Solis with the pitch. And that one popped high up into the air. Maldonado calling for it. He'll make the catch. So the side is retired for the Marauders, but not before they're able to put 2 runs on the board on 2 hits. Rattlers still lead 7-2 as you're watching Rattler Baseball on the Rattler Network.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
And welcome back, Rattler fans. 7-2, the Rattlers lead. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th. in the first game in Dixon Stadium, the inaugural home opener in the new park here at St. Mary's. And for St. Mary's, they're going to have Drake Roberts, Brooks Orton, and Al Gonzalez due up this inning. The heart of the order. We'll see if they're able to produce. The Marauders 2 runs on 2 hits, they've committed an error. St. Mary's 7 runs on 11 hits, they've committed an error as well. As if you're a Rattler fan, it's a great ball game here to open up the new Dixon Stadium. Strike 1 called as that one runs on the inside corner. Roberts, he's 1 for 2 today. He has an RBI, scored a run. Popped out to left in his last at-bat. And he looks to pull this one, but it's far foul down the third base side. 0-2.
Home field advantage definitely to the Rattlers' favor, as reflected by their 7-2 lead.
Here's the pitch. And that one out of the zone. So I think Rattlers was trying to see if he'd offer up to it. 1-2 now the count. Rattlers with the windup and the pitch. That one out of the zone. 2-2.
You could broadcast from right there.
Here's the pitch. And that one a bit high, and the count is now full. So Rattlers, who was originally up 0-2, now has himself a full count. And that one hit sharply and through into left field, and Roberts leads off the bottom of the 4th with a single.
Great job by Roberts to battle back in that at-bat and was able to come away with a single to lead off this inning.
Here comes Orton now. Orton 0 for 2. Him and Funk are actually the only 2 Rattlers without hits. We'll see if Orton can get going here. Roberts, a nice lead over there from first. Rattlers deals. And that one knocked down and handled by Ingebrigtsen. 1-0 the count. Rattlers sets. There goes Robertson. Whoa, hot shot. And there, look to turn the double play. The Marauders, a great effort. As you saw, the base umpire had to duck underneath that one. But all the same, it's a 4-6-3 double play for the Marauders.
That was an impressive sequence by all those involved, including the umpire right there. Able to duck out of the way, as you mentioned. And great play by the Marauders to get a much-needed double play as Al Gonzalez takes strike number 1.
Rattlers now working from the windup. That pitch out of the zone. Gonzalez, he's smoking hot here tonight. 2 for 2, a RBI to his name. He's also scored 2 runs. As this one's in on his fist. Oh, and a collision.
Ooh.
Rattlers and held a miscommunication, but they're able to get the job done all the same. And the Rattlers go in order to end the 4th as you're watching Rattler Baseball on the Rattler Network.
Be sure to check out the all-new Rattler gear.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
And welcome back, Rattler fans.
Alex Daly.
Top of the 5th underway and a called strike 1. As it'll be Daly stepping to the plate. Well, Daly, Shaw, and Somerville. That one's above the belt. 1-1 now the count. Daly 0 for 2 today. He struck out and popped out to right. And this one skied in the air, but well out of play. 1-2. Solis winding up and delivering. And that one fouled off. We'll do 1-2 again. As I'm sure you've noticed, the big wall in center field, the Rattler rendition of the monster. Solis deals. That one fouled off again. The wall here at St. Mary's, the ball is playable off of it. And so if a ball hits the wall, even though it would be above the yellow line in any other part of the park, it is playable off of it. That one fouled away by Daly. The reason being for that big wall actually is what's called hitter's eye. What they usually do, they try to have some kind of backdrop or something. Think Greens Hill in Houston, also the hill at the ballpark in Arlington. Those actually, if you have that kind of contrast, it helps your hitters to pick up the ball and see it better out of the hand, and therefore produces a bit more of hitting. As Daly flies out to second base.
Left fielder, Jason Shaw.
Jason Shaw now coming to the plate.
And speaking of hitter's eye, Joe, several great ballparks all over the country have that as the batter is hit. As Shaw takes first base. But back to my point about the hitter's eye, the original Yankee Stadium had a section of bleachers that were painted black. No one was allowed to sit there, and that was their version of the hitter's eye wall, if you will. So definitely some baseball trivia for all you out there.
Derek Somerville coming to the plate now. And really, hitter's eye, it's like developing technology, I guess you could say, in baseball. There was, of course, just baseball when it just started, and then you have baseball when the curveball or the changeup was invented.
Oh, yes.
And then all this trickery. And so then the pitchers are dominant. And then you have something like new bats come out, and then all of a sudden the hitters are dominant. And then you go back and forth and back and forth. It's just always a fine-tuning process for the game of baseball, and something that we're always looking to improve on, I suppose. 1-1 the count after that swing and miss by Somerville. Shaw leads from first. Somerville is 0 for 2 here today. He struck out and popped out to short. As this one's fouled back, and count is now 1-2.
And one thing we haven't mentioned yet about this beautiful facility here at Dixon Stadium is the field. I mean, the weather has been horrible the past several days, but credit to the fields crew for making it look this impressive as the runner holds at first. But splendid job by the crew here in charge of this fine baseball field and getting it ready for opening day.
Yes, indeed. 2-2 the count. Check over to first. Diving back safely is Shaw. Somerville will step back into the box. 2-2 the count with one away. And that one out of the zone. The count is now run full. Held waits on deck. Adders is in the hole. Oh, and they got him. So at least the pickoff throw over to first. The tag is applied. And Shaw is out on the base paths.
And for the first time this afternoon, the Rattlers able to get a base runner that was caught stealing, as 2 now away.
Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, and that'll do it for the inning. A roundabout way to get through the inning in 1-2-3 fashion. We're heading to the bottom of the fifth. Rattlers lead 7-2.
Make some noise.
And welcome back, Rattler fans. The bottom of the fifth inning, beg your pardon, as the Rattlers lead by 5. It's 7-2 the score. It'll be Garcia, Humple, and Funk due up. So that first pitch is out of the zone, 1-0. Garcia, 2 for 2 today, the single and the double. As this one's ripped high and deep into left center field, but the catch is made as Shaw was able to get to it. So Garcia just with a long first out.
That was a lot of ground to cover for Shaw, able to get to it in time to record the first out.
And Garcia just narrowly missed out on a homer there, just got under it too much. Here's Humple now. Humple's 1 for 2, as this one's heading towards center. Backing up is Byer, and he'll make the catch. So 2 Rattlers retired on 2 straight pitches.
Catcher, Keith.
And now Keith Funk will come up. Funk is 0 for 1. He walked in his last plate appearance, came around, scored a run. Rattlers to the plate. And that one outside, 1-0. Here's Rattlers again. That one catches the inside corner, 1-1. And that one outside, and it's 2-1 now. And Funk fouls that one away. We're squared away at 2 apiece with 2 out. Adrian Garcia waits on deck should he get a chance. The Marauders looking for a quick inning. And called out on strikes is Funk, and so that'll do it. 1-2-3 goes St. Mary's. 7-2, still the score. We're heading to the 6th here on the Rattler Network.
Fans get to know all the former
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
And welcome back, Rattler fans. Top of the sixth, about to get underway. Marauders trailing 7-2 in the battles of the School of Mary. Here's Held, he'll lead off. Adders and Ingemussen also due up this inning. And strike one called to Held. Held, a base hit, he reached on an air, so 1 for 2. 3 stolen bags though to his name. 1-1 the count. Held, this one hit over toward third. Gonzalez the throw, and Held is retired for the first time today. So 1 away, and Adders coming to the plate.
Second baseman, Jeff Adders.
Adders will be trying to avoid the golden sombrero. He struck out twice today already. Here's Solis. And strike one. Swung on and missed.
And so far this game, I have really liked the way Solis has commanded the plate, as that one heads up goes into the crowd. But Solis has done a tremendous job controlling the plate and controlling the pace at which he throws his pitches, as caught looking is Adders.
Man, Adders, his third strikeout of the game. That's a tough matchup, lefty versus lefty right there.
Catcher, Sam.
And Solis got the better of that one right there.
Here's Ingemussen now. Ingemussen 0 for 0 actually. He's walked both times. As that first pitch off the plate, 1-0.
Ingemussen batted .226 last season. Started 36 games and had 8 RBIs.
2-0 the count. As this one's popped up, it'll be down the first base side. Funk's over, he'll make the catch. So 1-2-3 goes the inning. St. Mary's still leading 7-2. We're heading to the bottom of the sixth. As we'll now tune into the environment and listen to the giveaway of an HD television. Our own David Tovar with the giveaway.
From my good friend Furman at the Orange. So it's time, Rattler fans, make a lot of noise. This could be your new entertainment system. All right, here I go. I wish it could be me, but I can't. I might just give it to myself, but I have a winner. Are you ready? Oh, it's intense. Okay. Mia Silva. Mia Silva Are you here? You have to be here.
She's not here! She's not here! She's not here! She's not here!
She just left. Okay, here we go again.
Oh no.
Yours. If your name is Andy Garcia. Well, fan, come on.
Winner, winner. Chicken dinner.
And brand new HGTV and a matching Blu-ray player from Samsung and our good friends at Bjorn's. Rattler fan, give them a round of applause.
And that's one lucky Rattler fan that'll be going back to his dorm room with a brand new high-definition TV courtesy of Bjorn.
And they threw in the Blu-ray player as well. Oh, absolutely tremendous. We thank everyone for the giveaways and all that great stuff. A tremendous, really, just a great time here at the park at St. Mary's.
And credit to all those that put all this together, that have helped out with this whole event, this whole spectacle, the grand opening of Dixon Stadium. It's just truly been a successful afternoon full of great events and great baseball as we see here.
Yes, indeed. I mean, they've been working on this giveaway all week. You can see, I mean, there's plenty of entries. But unfortunately, only one could win. We wish we could give everyone away something. Actually, we did. There were T-shirts at to be given away.
Indeed, the first 400 fans in attendance were able to get their hands on a St. Mary's Rattlers game day T-shirt.
I was lucky enough to get one. They're a beautiful gold color. I'll be sure to be wearing it on game days. 0-2 the count for Garcia. So that one's off the plate. 1-2. As St. Mary's hopes this will be their last swings they'll be taking of this first game of the doubleheader. Be playing 7 innings in this first ball game. This one's hit high into the air, and over to make the play is Somerville, so 1 away.
The left fielder, Scott Jones.
Here's Scott Jones now coming up. Jones, prototypical leadoff man, 3 singles, scored a run. Also has an RBI to his name. As he rips this one over to short, but it's handled by Grunston, who makes the throw across the diamond, and 2 away now for St. Mary's.
Second baseman, Mario Maldonado.
And now here comes Mario Maldonado. Maldonado is going to try to get St. Mary's going here. 7 straight Rattlers have been retired. Trattler is the pitch, off speed and off the plate, 1-0.
Maldonado, along with Adrian Garcia, are the cover athletes on today's game day program, which you can get here at Dixon Stadium. And that one just a bit outside.
2-0 the count. And if you do end up coming out to the games, if you check inside your program and you have an autographed copy inside of that, as that one shot over to short to end the inning. If you do have the autographed version, you just won a prize, so that's great. Another reason to come out to the ball game. Another reason to come out to the ball game, a Rattler victory. That's what St. Mary's will be trying to get. We're heading to the top of the 7th as you're watching Rattler Baseball on the Rattler Network.
Guru and Footmark.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
And welcome back, Rattler fans. The top of the 7th about to get underway. Your St. Mary's Rattlers looking to christen the new stadium with a victory. And strike one is dealt in there. Solis, another pitch. That one called a strike, outside corner. And the count is quickly 0-2. Have a pinch hitter here. As that one's well outside.
1-2.
1-2 the count.
Who's it bad?
Trenton Hove, the pinch hitter. And a swing and a miss, and down he goes.
Swing and a miss right there. And now the Rattlers 2 outs away from putting this game away. Solis in solid control throughout most of the game.
Here's Andrew Byer now at the plate. First pitch is outside. That's strikeout number 9 for Solis. He's pumping him in there, huh?
Yes, indeed, Solis.
Swung on and missed by Byer. Counts even at 1-1.
Last season, Solis recorded 52 strikeouts on the year, and as you mentioned, already 9 in this first game of the season for him here at Dixon Stadium.
As this one's fouled away, the count will be 1-2. If you want to see a real fireball who can get the strikeouts, stay tuned for this next game of the doubleheader. I believe Matt McLean will be on the rubber, and man, he can strike him out with the best of them. I believe he had 100+ last year.
Yes, 108 strikeouts, leading the team last season with a 2.34 ERA. Definitely one to look out for, and definitely all the more reason to stay tuned with us here at the Rattler Network.
Well, 2-2 now the count for Byer. Let's see if Solis can get strikeout number 10. And that one instead is shot up the middle. It'll be a base hit. As Byer connects for his second hit of the game. He has 2 of the 3 hits for the Marauders.
And that was an impressive piece of hitting by Byer. Not doing too much right there. Just taking what Solis gave him and just deposited a soft blooper into center.
Here's Grunstead now. Pitch by Solis. That one lifted high into the air down the third base side, and it'll get out of play. 0-1 the count. Grunstead is 0 for 2 today. He did walk and steal a base, however. As Daly will be waiting on deck for the Marauders. A double play ball would end it for St. Mary's. This one lifted into the air. Coming on is Jones, but going out and making the catch is Roberts. So 2 away. The Marauders are down to their last out in this opener at Dixon Stadium. So here comes Daly, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 3 today.
Daly, the last hope for the University of Mary.
It's that first pitch above the belt, 1-0. Solis sets again. Here's the pitch. That one's outside and low, 2-0. Byer leads from first. And that one's a called strike, 2-1. Solis working quickly now. And that one above the belt, 3-1. So 3-1 the count, Solis will have to battle his way back. That pitch a called strike inside corner. And now the Marauders are down to their last strike.
Payoff pitch coming now. As one strike will do it.
So Lee sets. Here's the pitch. And that one inside. And so now there will be 2 Marauders on board. And it'll be Shaw at the plate.
Left fielder, Jason Shaw.
Shaw, the number 3 hitter. 0 for 2 today. He was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. And then was picked off.
Shaw batting .341 on the year.
Here's the pitch, and this one popped high into the air. And this should do it. Taking it is Roberts. And that'll do it. So St. Mary's takes the home opener at Dixon Stadium by a score of 7-2. They'll be back in action shortly for the second game of the doubleheader as the Rattlers take this one. I'm Joe Rodriguez for Brian Magluyuan and everyone at the Rattler Network and everyone that made this opening possible. We thank you for tuning in and for coming out to the ballpark. Take care, everyone.
You get free ice cream with your student ID.